All the headlines. First 5 pages. Start from here. Right. First headline, then headline. First you finish the headline, then page count, headlines. All of it.
Good morning, everyone. I am Mukul, and today's headlines are: Supreme Court, Nupur's remarks ignited country, led to Udaipur tragedy. GST revenue up 56% in June. FM signals 1.4 lakh crore rupees new normal. Man gets life for raping kid in toilet. Windfall tax on fuel exports. BJP. Sir, what is this? NAT apostrophe L.
BJP National Executive meet in Hyderabad today.
BJP National Executive meet in Hyderabad today. Firms announce investments over crores in state. 4 of Bhagalpur family drawn in swirling Ganga. 12 more bodies found. Manipur landslide 1220. Sindh government set to face flood test on July 4. Service charge soon approach consumer panel. Sad to back Murmur in presidential poll. First step towards building a state combat drones. New bus depot to come up in city soon. Depot to come up in city soon. Sub-inspector injured in explosion near civil court. Few takers for ban on single-use plastic. Firms announce investment in state. Murmu to reach Patna on July 5. 1-179 test positive for COVID in a state. Devotees take part in Jagannath Rath Yatra. Tejasvi slams BJP netas over Y category security. 20 books of AICTE in Hindi language. Successful trial run of goods train on Dehri Bridge tracks. Vaishali adds new initiative to solve problems. Lightning claims 5 more lives in state. 3 murder accused get life imprisonment. Madhavan's directorial debut soars high slowly but surely. Campaign launched to minimize dropouts in schools. Several doctors felicitated in city. Felicitated.
मतलब उनको प्रोत्साहित किया गया, नाम दिया गया.
Engineer.
NTPC Engineer 1.
NTPC Engineer 1 power generation up by 30.48%. Official. CSP operator robbed of 10 lakh rupees short at. NTPC merger in 6 months, says official. Need to reduce dependence on agriculture. Thank you.
Polar bear.
Good morning, everyone. Today's headlines are: polar bears face climate change. They have less food as Arctic sea ice declines. Mission T Gana BJP की meet in Hyderabad from today. Yes, sir. T apostrophe GANA. Mission Telangana BJP की meet in Hyderabad from today. 1 dead and 7 injured as Rath touches live wire in Balasore district. Plastic ban, large FMCG agro food firms. Agro foods firms switch to paper-based straws. After 8% deficit in June, rainfall likely to be normal this month. Inflation too would have played a part in higher collections. Soon you can go to consumer panel if service charge levied. Manipur landslide, bodies of 8 soldiers among 12 recovered. A consensus could have been built on Murmur, said Mamta. HC relief for disabled girl.
HC relief.
Relief for disabled girl, says MBBS seat can't go waste. And sir,
Putin discussed.
Putin.
Discussed.
Putin discussed food energy prices with PM slam sanctions. VHP upset over SC's remarks against Nupur Sharma. Sir, VHP means
Vishwa Hindu Parishad.
SAD backs Murmur, said still has reservation on issues with BJP.
SAD का मतलब
Shiromani Akali Dal. This lady is single-handedly responsible for handedly responsible for setting fire across the country, says SC Supreme Court. Thank you.
Headlines.
Good morning, everyone.
जोर से.
Good morning, everyone. Today headlines are BJP rank and file and Daiji as a sandwich get number 2 post.
Headlines अभी सिर्फ headlines cover होगा.
Okay, sir. Number
No immediate.
no immediate.
Number होगा तो full stop हो जाएगा.
Okay.
ठीक है. No immediate.
No immediate relief for Jubair from Delhi FC. Fandwis acid not present. Fandwis acid
AIDS.
Fandwis as not present as BJP debated celebrated at State HQ High Court.
Headquarter.
हाँ.
High Court तो HC हो जाएगा ना.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है.
ED full form.
Electorate Director, Enforcement Director, ED. जो भी full form होगा तो उसका first line में, in the first line it will be written Enforcement Directorate, ED.
Enforcement Director.
No, only headline.
Okay. ED arrested to associate of Satendra Jain. Assam floods. Assam flows 14 more dead. Toll number 173.
Toll now.
Okay, sir. Toll now.
First step.
First step towards building strength combat drones. Russia kills 19 missiles near Ossia after exiting a snake Ireland. Pak high petroleum prices under IMF deal. Telecom operator Wampac may face internet shutdown amid power crisis. No reason of changes Hong Kong on country to system formula says Jai. Europe to see high level of COVID this summer WHO. In Korea. North Korea suggested alien things from the south without COVID. UK government faces new body scandal as dry beef white. No reason to change how. Long live the terrace theater Mariupol drama को to perform.
Drama company, CEO company.
Okay, sir.
Company to perform
again. Asia factories hit by supply disruption, recession fears. Recession fears. New to job gains fuel prices pins for first time.
UK company
UK company Dyson to expand ops in India after a strong growth. New to job gains fuel price pins for first time. Agarbatti sales is as WFO starts.
Reliance to bring
UK chain to India. Thank you.
new bus depot to come up in city soon.
Good morning, everyone. Patna, the state government is moving to set up a modern and bigger bus depot in Patna to cater more depot in Patna to cater more inter-district and interstate buses. The Bihar Urban Infrastructure Development Corporation Limited BUIDCO has been given the responsibility to select the consultant agency to prepare the detailed project report DPR for establishing a new
What is DPR?
detailed project report.
Detailed project report, right? ये आपको बनाना होगा जब आप नौकरी करें. Your manager will say, make the DPR, bring the report. Detailed project report. Detailed project report. बहुत important. Detailed. DPR. Everybody go.
For establishing a new integrated bus terminus project at Kenhauli in Bihta. The consultant agency, which is likely to be opinionated in July, will be given 4 months time to prepare the DPR by studying various aspects of the project. The Patil bus stand, which will be spread over 50 acres of land, will be laced with state-of-the-art facilities such as bus terminal, parking, bays, arrival and departure areas, guest houses, public utilities, commercial areas, among others. It will be able to cater more buses than the Patliputra ISBT on Patna Gaya Road. The BUITCO's Managing Director Dharmendra Singh said the bidding process to select the consultant agency has already been initiated and the work for preparing the DPR will be begin for next month. The agency will be prepared the design for the bus terminal and other amenities required, and they also plan out the routes of buses. The proposed Patil bus depot will have modern facilities. The area for the new bus depot is almost double than Patliputra ISBT. It will be developed on par with middle level airport, he said. Completed, sir. Thank you.
sub-inspector injured in explosion near civil court.
Good morning to all, and today's news are sub-inspector injured in explosion near civil court. Seized explosives brought to court as exhibit go off. Patna, a police sub-inspector was injured on Friday when the explosive material seized from one of the Patna University hostels last Saturday night exploded on the Patna Civil Court premises where he had brought it in a steel can to produce before the court as an exhibit in the case. The injured sub-inspector Umakant Rai of Kadam Kuan police station was admitted to the PMCH as his right hand was injured in the low intensity explosion. Patna SSP Manavjit Singh Dhillon said the box in which explosive materials were kept exploded after the SI kept it on the floor. It occurred due to heat and friction, and the SI's one hand was injured. Dhillon said, adding the explosives were seized from Patel hostel during raids. The SI had gone to the court with these explosives as the materials seized during raids are produced before the court. He said no one else was injured in the explosion. However, people present on the spot said a woman was also injured in the explosion, which took place near the prosecutor office on court premises, but police did not confirm it. A senior advocate, Shailesh Kumar, told the media persons on the court premises that the explosion took place due to the careless attitude of the police. They should diffuse the material before bringing it. They should have diffused the material before bringing it to the court. Imagine the kind of loss had the blast occurred. Loss had the blast occurred while being produced before the magistrate in a courtroom, he said. Patna police had raided several hostels in the state capital last Saturday night and seized huge amount of bomb making materials from an abandoned room in the Patel hostel. Police had recovered steel cans, 100 grams of yellow gunpowder, 1100 gram of yellow gunpowder, tapes, and other items used in making Sutli bomb. The raids were carried out on a tip of that a conspiracy was hatched in the hostels in the backdrop of protests against the Agnipath scheme. FIR against unknown people was lodged with Kadam Kuan police, which had detained several youths. So far, one person has been arrested in this case. Thank you.
Come forward, my friend. Few takers for ban on single-use plastic.
Patna, even as the nationwide ban on single-use plastic products like earbuds, balloons, flags, decorative pieces, cutlery items, thermocol, and PVC banners came into effect on Friday as per the government announcement. Its impact on the city markets was least visible. Most streets vendors and small shopkeepers were found using plastic and thermocol products freely, ignoring the ban. A fruit seller at Boarding Road crossing was seen weighing apples and other fruits in single-use polythene. carry bags when his attention was drawn towards the ban on the use of polythene bags. He said he would use the same until the stock lasts and the product is available in the market. He also blamed the customers for not carrying their own bags made of cloth or jute with them for collecting the purchased item. A tea vendor in Kankarba colony was serving tea in plastic cups to the customers even though he did have some earthen cups, chukkas, at his stall. He said as the tea served in earthen cups cost ₹2 more than in plastic cups. Most customers who are quite unaware of the health hazards or environmental pollution caused by single-use plastic insist on plastic cups. Bihar State Pollution Control Board (BSPCB) Chairman Ashok Kumar Ghosh said the transition from plastic to other eco-friendly alternatives would certainly take some time. He said the State Urban Development Department and the Patna Municipal Corporation have already initiated necessary steps to check the use of plastics products. Inspection terms have been constituted for the purpose. The BSPCB is also watching the situation and it will decide its future course of action after watching the situation. For 2 to 3 days, he said he, however, observed that mud legalization would not cut much ice. The ban will effective only when the people are made to realize that it is in their own interest and that is used after their health. In the long run, Ghosh added, all e-commerce companies, shopping center malls, cinema halls, tourist spots, hospitals, schools, and colleges in the state have been has to stop using the banned plastic products. According to the regulations, people caught using banned plastic products may be fined anything from 500 to 2,000 commercial users. On the other hand, will be fined anything from rupees 20,000 to 1 lakh, besides imprisonment of to 1 year. Thank you.
Thank you. So, plastic should be banned, of course. और वो सिर्फ ना मतलब लॉ से नहीं होगा, मतलब हम लोग को कुछ यहाँ पे इनिशिएटिव, क्योंकि यूज ऑफ प्लास्टिक से हम लोग को पानी मिलना बंद हो जाएगा। कैसे? हाउ? टू मच यूज ऑफ प्लास्टिक, राइट, उससे एक टाइम आएगा कि हम लोग को पानी मिलना बंद हो जाएगा। कैसे? Plastic block the way of passage of groundwater. See, is the ground level? Right. Okay, fine. Plastic. उसके बाद फिर all the dust and all. तो जमीन ऐसे ये लेवल नीचे आ जाता है ना। अब लेवल हो गया ये क्लियर, रोड कंस्ट्रक्शन हुआ तो ये नीचे आ गया। अब यहाँ से क्या हुआ कि ये पूरा प्लास्टिक का लेयर है, राइट, तो बारिश का पानी नीचे जाएगा ही नहीं। पानी एक्चुअली आता कहाँ से? बोरवेल से ना। सप्लाई का भी जो पानी आ रहा है वो एक बड़ा बोरवेल है और जो घर में छोटा बोरवेल है, राइट। तो व्हेन वाटर विल नॉट गो, ठीक है, मारा गड़बड़ी कहाँ पर हो रहा है, प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगा बहुत बड़ा। चलो, important, loud, clear, slowly, right? Because firms announce investments in the state, Bihar, right? Sharma Hussain has said.
Good morning, everyone. Now news about firms announce investments in state. Patna. Several top-notch firms announced investment in Bihar worth rupees several crores at the Bihar Investors Meet organized by the Indian Chamber of Commerce (ICC) at Kolkata on Friday. Mayank Jalan, Chairman and MD of K Venture Agro, said his company will invest rupees 600 crore in Bihar. JIS Group's Joint Managing Director Haranjit Singh also announced his group's investment worth rupees 300 crore in the logistics sector in Bihar. TT Limited MD Sanjay Kumar Jain said they will also invest in Bihar and start production within a year. Officials said around 50 companies from West Bengal and Northeast Northeast participated in the meet and interacted with Bihar Industry Minister Syed Shahnawaz Hussain. Shahnawaz said the investment proposals came in textile, logistics, cement sectors. We are walking to the doors of industrialists and will do whatever they say. He said. Industrialists also showed their trust in Bihar government. An investor always needs two things, security of investment and growth potential. Presently, both are available in Bihar. Bihar industrial policy is very encouraging for the investors. Bihar has good governance and key vendors agro will invest about rupees 600 crore in the logistics sector in Bihar, said Mayank Jalan. Vikas Agarwal, promoter and director of Rupa Company Limited, said Bihar textile and leather policy is one of the best in country. Bihar is robust in infrastructure.
Robust.
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 Robust
What is the meaning of
infrastructure.
robust? R-O-B-U-S-T, robust. What is the meaning of that? लिखिए इसको, able to perform in any given situation. मतलब इतना मजबूत that able to perform. The bullet, that machine is able to perform in any given situation, right? That is called robust. Clear है?
Robust
You all have to
infrastructure.
become robust. हर बार situation मतलब एक मौका नहीं मिलेगा, उसमें आप काम करेंगे ना. Prepare yourself and make yourself robust.
Robust infrastructure, abundant manpower, and ease of doing business make it a perfect place for investment, he said. Rajiv Singh, DG of ICC, said Bihar is now prepared for investment. Companies in Bihar are getting subsidies and incentives by the state government. The special plug and play scheme of the state government is wonderful, he said. Principal Secretary, Industries Sandeep Pondrik, through a presentation, explained to the investors and representatives of the industry why investment in Bihar is safe and profitable. He said Bihar is well connected by roads, rail, and airways. The other companies which interacted with Shahnawaz included TM International Logistics Limited, AECOM, JC Panasia Group, IMEX Global, MAC International, Nimbag and Newzimax International, Birla Corporation and Zootberry, among others. Around 20 companies which participated in the B2G, Business to Government, session included UAL Industries Limited, Western Careers Limited, Herald Ford and Commodities, Avon Industry and Kolkata Leather Crafts ACOM. Thank you.
Europe to see high levels of COVID this summer. WHO, World Health Organization. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Aryabhata.
दोनों हाथ ऊपर रखो. Copenhagen.
Copenhagen, the
World Health Organization.
The World Health Organization.
नहीं, एक मिनट. मेरा नाम क्या है?
राजू.
राजू, थोड़ा मजबूती लाओ. Relax. पहले relax. थोड़ा मजबूती. हमको देखो. Relax. ठीक है? चलो.
Organization said Thursday it expected high levels of COVID-19 explode.
Europe
is
this summer
and called on countries countries of monitor
To monitor.
the spread as cares rapid in the past month as countries exceed the European region have lifted the social
Measures
measures that were
previously
previously in place.
in place.
The virus will transmit at high levels over the summer, said
Who nahi? World Health Organization, WHO.
WHO Europe region
Regional Director.
regional director hence
हाँ, क्यों?
club this
एक
virus.
मिनट। अब ये पैराग्राफ जो कि पहली बार पढ़ रहे हैं, फर्स्ट टाइम यू ऑलरेडी, तो प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है। अब तो इसको पढ़ लिया हमने, अब थोड़ा ये नजर में एक्लेमेटाइज हो गया होगा। अब इसको फिर से पढ़ते हैं, फिर से शुरू करते हैं।
Copenhagen, the World Health Organization said Thursday it expected high levels of COVID-19 Europe this summer and full on countries or monitor the spread as cases triple in the past month as countries accuse the European region have lived the social measures that were
previously
in
place.
The virus
will
transmit at high levels over the summer, said WHO Europe
regional
director Hans Kuhlung. This virus won't
won't
go away just because countries stop looking for it
full stop.
Is still spreading is still changing and is still taking lives.
Still taking lives. अभी भी ये जो वायरस है कोविड अभी भी फैल रहा है। WHO रीजनल डायरेक्टर ने कहा है। क्यों? क्योंकि अब हम लोग प्रोटोकॉल को फॉलो नहीं कर रहे हैं। ये बात तो लिखी हुई है। थोड़ा अपने ना मतलब और मजबूती लाओ, प्रैक्टिस करो। 15 मिनट्स 4 सिटिंग, 15 मिनट आईना के सामने पढ़ो, उसी चीज को, एक ही चीज को 10 बार पढ़ो, तो प्रैक्टिस होगा। क्लियर? चलिए complete that.
From where?
From here. Yes.
Hello everyone. Today's news are with the milder but more contagious Omicron subvariant BA.5 spreading across the continent. The 53 countries in the WHO European regions are currently registering just under 5 lakhs cases daily. According to the organization's data,
5 lakhs daily.
5 lakh cases daily.
5 lakh ही तो है।
Yes.
Undergo 5 lakh cases daily, right?
Yeah.
ठीक है।
According to organization's data, that is up from around 15 lakh cases daily.
1,50,000.
1,50,000 cases daily at the end of the May. Austria,
Cyprus, France, Germany, Greece, Luxembourg, and Portugal were the countries with the highest incidence rates.
Rates.
With almost all countries in the region seeing a rise in cases after registering around 4,000 to 5,000 deaths per day throughout most of the winter. Europe is currently seeing around 500 deaths per day, about the same levels as during the summer of the 2020 Klug also called on countries to increase their vaccination rates. Thank you.
Eurozone factory output falls for first time in 2 years. ठीक है? जोर से लेकिन धीरे. क्लियर हुआ? हमने कैसे पढ़ा? Eurozone factory output falls for first time in 2 years. जोर से पढ़ रहे हैं और धीरे भी पढ़ रहे हैं. पढ़िए.
Eurozone factory output falls for first time in 2 years. Eurozone manufacturing production fell last month for the first time since the initial wave of the coronavirus pandemic 2 years ago, as higher prices and a darkening economic outlook kept consumers wary of making purchases, a survey showed. S&P Global's final manufacturing purchasing managers index fell to 52.1 in June from May 54.6, its lowest since August 2020, but just ahead of a preliminary reading of 52.0, an index measuring output, which fits in a composite PMI due on Tuesday and seen as a good gauge of economic health, sank below the 50 mark, separating growth from contraction to a 2-year low of 49.3. In May, it was 51.3. Eurozone manufacturing has moved into decline in June, with production dropping for first time for 2 years, amid of steepening downturn in a demand, said Chris Williams, chief business economist at S&P Global. Demand is weakening as firms report customers to be a growing more cautious in relation to spending due to rising prices and a certain economic outlook. The new orders index fell further below the break-even mark to 45.2 from 48.7, its lowest since May 2020. Consumers have held back on making purchases, deterred by soaring prices and recession fears. Inflation in the last month. Official preliminary data is expected to show later on Friday more than 4 times the European Central Bank 2% target rate. The EBC has lagged most of its global peers in winding back pandemic era ultra loose monetary policy.
Okay.